All right, so here we're gonna need to find all the points on the curve of f of x that's equal to x to the fourth minus 6x squared plus 4, where the tangent line is horizontal. I don't know why I paused there, but essentially, the idea is to find where there are horizontal tangent lines to this function, and we do that by finding where the derivative is equal to 0. So we find the equation for the derivative and solve for the zeros of it. So let's go ahead. Let's first find the derivative of f of x. So f prime of x. So hopefully by now you've got some good practice and are starting to master the power rules and sum rules and difference rules. So f prime of x using the power rule of x to the fourth will be 4x cubed minus 2 times 6, so minus 12x to the 1 plus 0. So that is not going to be an issue. So this is our equation for the derivative. So it says where the tangent line is horizontal. So we want to find where the derivative is equal to 0, because that means that its slope is going to be horizontal. So we said f prime of x equal to 0, or we said essentially this equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 4x cubed minus 12x. And we have to solve for the x values of this. So we have 0. We can factor out a 4x from each of these. 0 equals 4x times x squared minus 3. And 0 will be equal to 4x times x minus the square root of 3 times x plus the square root of 3. And so your two zeros will be, x1 will be square root of 3, and your other one will be the negative square root of 3. Okay, so these are the x coordinates. So what we essentially have to do then is find where the y coordinates are going to be equal to 0. So where the y coordinates are when you plug these values into the original function. Don't plug these values back into the derivative, because that's going to get you back into 0. These are the x coordinates of the point where there's horizontal tangent lines, but we need to find the y coordinates. So let's just go like this. So f of the square root of 3, plugging the square root of 3 into there. So square root of 3 all to the fourth power. What's going on with my handwriting? Minus 6 times the square root of 3 squared plus 4. We'll have, this will be square root of 3 to the fourth. This will just be 3 times 3, or just, 9. Minus 6 times the square root of 3 squared, which is just be 3. So 9 minus 6 times 3 plus 4. So 9 minus 18, negative 9 plus 4. This will be negative 5. And so then putting these 2 points together, let me switch my color pen just for this. We got 1 point then at the square root of 3, comma, negative 5. Now let's find the other one. So again, we're going to plug negative square root of 3 into the function here. So f of the negative square root of 3 is equal to the negative square root of 3 to the fourth power minus 6 times the negative square root of 3 squared plus 4. This just again becomes 9. minus 3, or minus 6 times 3, plus 4, and yep, you're right. You're probably thinking the same y value, negative 5. So then our other point is going to be at the negative square root of 3, comma negative 5. All right, so the graph has horizontal tangent lines at these points. You're going to learn later on that this is going to allow us to start figuring out what the graph of very complicated functions may look like. But for now, really just make sure you understand the general idea of what's going on, and make sure you first off master your derivative rules. All right, so I hope that helps.